everyone, welcome to new session on machine learning. In this session, we are going to see about types of machine learning and more importantly about supervised learning. So these are the types of machine learning. So supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning and reinforced learning. And more importantly, I want each one of you to understand when to use these algorithms. Okay, so let us get into the video. So first is supervised learning. So what is meant by supervised learning? As the definition says, outcome or output for the given input is known before. So it is also called as, here the data can be said as labeled data. So what is meant by labeled data? Data consisting of a set of training examples where each example is a pair consisting of an input and a desired output value. Okay, these are called labels or supervisory signals. Okay, so what is here? The multiple images of apples and cats are given, and here the images are labeled apple, cat. Okay, you can have as many images and you can have labels corresponding to that. So after which it is fed into the machine learning for training, and machine must identify the same after training with the least error. So these are the supervised learning. Okay, so let us understand supervised learning in the forthcoming slides. So more technically speaking, supervised learning is where you have input variable x and output variable y. So here in this case, this is the input variable, that is picture is the input variable, and the target y is the labels. Okay, and output variable y, and you see an algorithm as a mapping function like y is equal to f of x. So f of x should act as a good predictor. Okay, the process of an algorithm learning from training data set can be thought of as a teacher supervising the learning process. So teacher knows clear in hand like she or she is going to teach to the students. So here we know that the correct answer, the algorithm iteratively makes predictions on training data and is corrected by the teacher. That is corrected by, here the teacher is target variable. So according to the target variable, the training predictions are corrected and final output is given. Okay, so supervised learning can be further classified as regression problems and classification problems. So where to use these regression problems? So let us learn that. In regression problems, we are trying to predict results in a continuous output, meaning that we are trying to map input variables to some continuous function. Okay, so here see the examples. Given the sales of a company and its corresponding advertisement amount with respect to the year. So see here, in the first year, sales is about 20,000 and they have spent some advertisement amount is some 1,000 rupees. Okay, as the year increases, their sales also gets increased and advertisement amount also get increased. For this kind of problems, we are using regression problem. So why we are using regression problem? For predicting sales in the 7th year or 8th year corresponding to these 6 years. Okay, we after linear regression or some other regression, we can predict what happens in the 7th year. If the advertisement amount is 6,000, then what is the sales amount? We can predict with these kind of regression problems. So this is regression. So if you have some data in your hand and if you are going to predict something, then you can use regression. So classification. So where do you use classification? Classification on the other hand is finding the category of the input. So if you want to categorize the input, then you can go for classification of an input. Like in more academic term, mapping input variable into discrete categories. Like see here, I have given the student's name, mark and pass or fail. If he scores above 30, then he is 40. Sorry, he is pass. If he scores 30 or below 30, he or she is fail. So that is what here I have marked. So if he 30, then fail. Above 30 is pass. So if you want to categorize, then you use classification problem. Okay. So let us conclude this. Like if a target output variable is a continuous, then it is a regression problem. If the target or output variable takes small number of discrete values, then we call it as a classification problem. Okay, so these are the two places where you use regression or classification problem. And some common examples of supervised learning algorithm: k nearest neighbor algorithm, that is they are used for classification. Linear regression, the most common machine learning algorithm where each one encounter when they are learning machine learning. That is regression. Linear regression is used for regression problems. Support vector machine, classification problem. Random forest can be used for both classification and regression. Apart from this algorithm, you have neural network, Bayes Navis algorithm, and decision tree also. So I'll explain each one of the algorithm in future session. In the next session, we are going to learn about unsupervised algorithm. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.